How to remove the rear speaker on the deck lid on a Lincoln MKZ and Zephyr. This will also work with Ford Fusion if they got the speakers back behind here. And to find out if they do, all you gotta do, I laid my back seats down. You will need to do this step here. So basically, I'll kind of show you from here. Don't know if you'll be able to see it too well, but over here, right where my finger's pointing at, and on the other side, right here, there'll be some levers that you want to pull, and yours may shoot down already, or you might have to pull the lever and come over here on the back seat and pull the thing down, or you might have to have somebody hold the lever while you pull the seat out. Since these hasn't been down for so long, that kind of was a little struggle to come out of this latch here. So the tool that you'll need is a door panel tool remover, a 10mm socket with the extension and a ratchet, and I believe you'll either need a 8mm, I think it says 7mm, or a 6mm to take the speakers out. So what you want to go ahead and do, also fold the seats down. There will be a black cover here that you want to take off. Same thing with here, take that cover off here, and you'll have these little black push pins over here. Then you'll have one back behind through here. Same thing with here, the push pins over here. I believe you can see this one here. No, that one's, now I got one back here, right there. And you want to go ahead and take all those clips off. And for you guys, you might have to do it. I'm just gonna try to slide my whole thing out, but when you guys gotta install it back on this cover here, you might need to take this piece off. So what I would recommend doing, since it has a side curtain airbag, I'd recommend disconnecting the battery and wait for a couple of minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Once when you're done that, you want to take a little flathead screwdriver and pop this little cover off here. I don't think I can do it with my fingernails, but you just want to kind of pop the cover off. Here, I don't think it's going to really work out too well for me. Same thing with over here. You want to pop that cover off here, and there'll be a 10mm screw behind here. And we're going to take that off and basically kind of pull this piece off here. Same thing with this side here. I'm going to pop this cover off here so you can remove this whole panel here. Before you're able to do that, you will need to remove the third brake light assembly, and I already got it taken off here. This is what it looks like here, and it's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically kind of clipped in place here, or held in place. I don't know if you'll be able to see it too well right there, but right where you see these two outer ones here, right where my finger's pointing at here, you want to kind of push that in while trying to slide it away from the window. And mine, I had to use a door panel tool remover to kind of lift it up a little bit so I could slide the whole thing out. But before you be able to slide it out, you will have to take the light bulb out, of course, so you'll be able to move the tail light out. So after you've done that, if you're interested in this item, I still have this for sale. So after you've done that, I was going to try going ahead without having to take everything apart. Acts like it wants to kind of slide back and forth. I don't know if you can see that too well. And I'd recommend, it's got like a little cut here so you can take the seatbelt off out of the way. So do that with all of these seatbelts back here. Alright, so I got the seatbelt all out. And for me, it seems like it wants to slide on out for me. So you can kind of see it's coming out somewhat over here. You will need to remove this, but to access it, you will have to take the seat out, which there will be a clip, little tab. See what it kind of looks like. I don't know if I can. It should look something like this here, and you'll have a black little tab here you want to push in while pulling the seat upwards towards you. But I'll try to get by with it without having to take everything off. But once you get the seat out, there will be a I want to say 7mm screw on each side. One over here, and you'll have one over here. I'll see if I can get by with it without having to take that all out. Alright, so what I'm just going to try doing is sliding this whole thing out. But for you guys, since you guys plan on keeping the car and you want it to look nice, I'd recommend taking the trim panel off here and over here, therefore it'd be a lot easier on you guys and you're not messing this cover up here. And out comes this whole cover. I was able to kind of pull it out towards me and lift it up around here. Same thing with over here, just kind of lift it up over this piece here. But I haven't decided, might put it back on, but to get back on, you might have a little tough time if you didn't remove this on it. So these are the subwoofers here. Then you got your little speaker right here. And this little guy here is your backup alarm here. So like if you got your backup sensors, if you're about to hit something, this is a little thing that's making that noise here. So let's go ahead and get started. So to remove these, you got the 4, I believe it's 7 or 6 millimeter screws. One here, one back here, or 2 back here. And you'll have, I believe it looks like two screws for this little speaker here. Maybe 3 or whatever, whichever one. I'll figure that out once we get to it. And you'll have 4 on this side also. And then you got the little Phillips head one here, a little plastic one here to remove it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, for the size that you'll need is a 7 millimeter. You may need like a little smaller extension, but mine I was able to go ahead and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all 4 of the screws, whichever speaker you are replacing on it. Alright, so after you get the speaker out, like I do, may be stuck on there a little bit. You may have to get a good whack at it. I'm hitting it from the bottom here, and you want to take your little flathead screwdriver and disconnect this connector here of it. This piece also, if you want to upgrade it, you upgrade at your own risk. I can throw these in if requested. If you want to, if you're upgrading it, I'll throw these in if you request it.